Any type of a service that gives you something other than an attorney, and probably even other than an attorney who actually does estate planning. A lot of people say they do it, a lot of attorneys say they do it, but if they're not actually doing estate planning on a regular basis, they don't know the ins and outs of it. And whether it's a form service or a simple will or a legal Zoom or something like that, it's always a case of being penny wise and pound foolish. You're trying to save a couple bucks because you think it might be easier. But if you haven't sat down with an estate planning attorney, then you haven't really walked through what your assets are and what your real intentions are and how to avoid problems with it. So if you feel there are so many potential problems and pitfalls, you could literally cost your own estate tens of thousands of dollars or more. The will could be found completely invalid, a will or a trust, completely invalid, and the judge is left scratching his head. Judges aren't too happy with that scenario either, because the burden of invalidating the will falls to the judge, and the judge is having to use his power as a judge, as a representative of the state in enacting state law, to say this will is so bad, so poorly drafted, or so erroneously drafted, or so many missing parts that there's no way that the judge can make a decision on saying that the will is valid. Or they might say, for instance, they might say that there are no witnesses or inadequate witnesses, or it's not properly executed. Some other aspect of the way that you word your bequest is so untenable to the judge that he can't recognize what you're trying to do. Even you using layman terms, or sometimes people try to use legal terms they don't understand, and there's no way for the judge to interpret what the decedent has actually intended.